Hi all, welcome to the tutorial of HTML and CSS. In this course, we are learning about HTML and CSS. For this course, we'll refer a book called HTML and CSS by John Decken. So this is one of the very good book which for studying HTML and CSS. I would strongly recommend to have this book in your cupboard, which will help you in understanding the basics of HTML and CSS. So how we are going to do that course is as follows. We will use this verse for a reference of the course. We'll use the examples from these books and also we'll also follow all the chapters from these course. What we have done is we have taken some of the snippets of this book and created a presentation which we are going to follow step by step. And on the each steps we are on on the each chapter we are going to understand about the examples provided in this book. So I would strongly recommend to have this book in your cupboard, which will be helpful as as a web front-end web designing. This would be a reference book for your front-end designing. So the link to purchase these books on Amazon and Flipkart is available in the description. If you like to buy this, you go ahead and buy this. Once you complete this course, you will be comfortable with HTML and CSS to start the web designing. And what we are going to do is also at each of the chapter we'll summarize the content and take up the examples for demonstration. So let's start the course. If you want to have a cup of coffee or tea, please do so that we'll start the course and have the fun. So let us understand what is HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This is standard markup language for a document designed to display in web browsers like Internet, Chrome and Firefox. So this is a language in which the contents can be displayed in a web browser which can be viewed through Internet Explorer, Chrome and Firefox. So what we are going to do is we have a course has designed here. So the left hand side says a number of the chapters we are going to deal with this in these chapters in this course. The first will be a structure, text, lists, links, images, tables, forms, extra markup, flash, videos, audios, and some introduction to CSS, color, text box, etc. The course will be done as per chapter wise and it is shown in the left hand side with a practical examples will be carried out during the course. So let's start. So, so before starting into HTML, let us understand how a web works. So when you type in a Google Explorer, Internet Explorer, like www.google.com, what it does is when this will request to the server to get the content. So how it does is when you connect to a web, so via internet service provider, you will type a domain name as example www.google.com, www.microsoft.com. From this, what it does is your computer contacts a network server called domain name server. This acts like a phone book. Then tell your computer that IP address associated with the requested by the domain. An IP address is a number up to 12 digits and is separated by periods or full stops. Every device connect to a web has a unique IP address. For example, a client is your PC which requests for information. What it does is it identifies with the domain name the unique IP addresses like phone number from the computer. Once this is done, the unique number that the DNS server returns to your computer allows your browser to contact the web browser that hosts the website you are requested. A web server is a computer that is constantly connected to the web and it is set up especially to send the web message to the user. This means that a web server is always running and it will where our website will be hosted. When a client requests for a request, these web pages, depending upon the request, are given retrieved back to the users. So the web browser sends the pages you requested back to the web server, and this cycle, sorry. So this is how you get the information. So when a user logs into a web browser, that extension. So you can open it in your private browser and later you can site is ready. You can deploy it to the internet. You can deploy it to the internet. You need to buy the domain name and the hosting server to host your website. There you need to upload everything to the web host, to the web host, to the web to the web server, and we'll learn which we are going to learn in our later videos. But as of now, you can build your own site locally and test it with the .html pages. So let us start. So for this course, so I'm using a editor called uh, Sublime Editor. Okay, so this is one of the good editor which can be freely available. You can free download. It has got a free version and also a paid version. In the free version, you can get all the features which you want to use. Only thing is that it prompts for to buy the license. Just ignore and you can use as a free licensed one. So how we will do? So what we are going to do is we'll just open a new file. So before doing that, we'll create our own folder. So let us go and create one folder. So for example, I'll create a folder called HTML. So inside this, we'll store our HTML files. So what we are going to do is we'll just type hello world and we'll save it as .html extension. So save as, go to desktop. So we have created HTML, it is the HTML, and we'll write simple index.html. So we are to have this extension .html, then it will be converted into a web pages. So just save it. Once you save it, it will open by default uh, uh, automatically with the web browser. So you want to, if you want to test that, so I'll go to here and you can right click and just do open with Chrome or whatever it is. You can see. So here you can see that in the web browser, we are able to see the hello world has displayed here. So this is how you can create all the web pages. So with this, we'll just start with how to create a HTML and we'll go further. Okay. So this is how you create a HTML file. So with a dot extension file, you can open this. So let us write some HTML tag. Yes, 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 HTML. So, so we have to have a starting. Okay. So let us understand, let us jump into the chapter one, which is called structure. Let us understand what we are going to learn in this is understanding the structure of HTML, learning about markup languages, tags and elements. Okay. This is a structure of a HTML. What does a HTML page consists of is a HTML tag, the starting and the ending one. And we have a body called body. This is the body of the document. This is the heading of the which is denoted by H1. So we'll learn about these tags later. Let's understand what is the structure of this page. And we have got a paragraph. This is called a paragraph, which is denoted by P tag. And this is a H2 heading. Again, it comes the H2 heading is the heading which has got a font size lesser than H1. And similarly, H3, it goes on reduces from H1 to H2 to H3 to H4. Later, this can be formatted using CSS. So we have got a paragraph, heading, and body. This is how a structure of HTML looks like. So let us go in details with discussion of this HTML. The opening HTML tag indicates that anything between it can be has to be closed by a slash HTML. So whenever you open any tag, write a tag, there should be followed by a slash body. Means for example, body tag slash body to close it. Okay, we have something called head one. Similarly for head one, the paragraph is also between the paragraph and the words between are H2. This is called subheading. So in the subheading, we can have another paragraph and body to close it, and this is how it is. Okay. So let us understand about tag, how that syntax of a tag. So a closer look of the tag, what we are going to have. So always a tag contains of a character which denotes what it does. In this case, P means paragraph. It has a left angle bracket and a right angle bracket. So this is called the opening tag. The character in the bracket always indicates the tag's purpose, which I already explained. For example, in the tag above, P stands for paragraph. The closing has a forward slash after the symbol slash. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So this has to be closing. This is called the closing tag. What does a closing tag consist of? The term tag and elements are often used interchangeably. Okay, so strictly speaking, however, the element comprises are open. So this is called a opening closing tag, which has got a left angle and right angle left with a forward slash. Okay, so let us see the same thing in the example. So I'll write a HTML and I will write something called as head. So it has to be closed by this one. So we can write this is heading tag. Okay. So next comes the body tag. So how does the body looks like? And there should be a slash body. Sorry, if in this tool if you flash slash it comes the closing tag. So in the tag we have something called as h1. So the closing tag. So this is called heading 1. So next tag will have a paragraph tag. This is so what I told up. This tag, so whatever is written inside the bracket is the purpose of the tag. For example, P is the purpose of the tag. So here we write the content. This is a HTML page used for this is HTML page. Okay, this is a paragraph we can write. So we can uh, close it with a angle bracket. Okay. So similarly, I'll type a subheading H2. So and then close H2 came heading 2. Similarly, we can write paragraph for heading 2. P. Right. Again, I write this is a HTML page. Okay. So this is how the syntax thing is look like. So what we have to do is we have to save this file because we are already there in the index.html. So just save it. and you can check using this browser. So once you are done, okay, you can open it through a browser. So you could see it. This is the heading of the tag, heading of the document. This is the, I'm sorry, this is the heading of the document. This is the body of the document. Whole thing which is enclosed between starting to end is the body of the document. This is H1. This is a H1 of the document, and this is a paragraph which we have written P. This is H2, and this is a paragraph. You can see the difference between H1 and H2. The font size of H1 is greater, font size of H2 is smaller. So as explained, this tag indicates that the heading tag H1 with a left angle bracket and right angle bracket and a closing bracket. Similarly, body is the body of HTML. H2 is the heading tag. Like this way, there are different types of tags which we are going to learn. So let us understand this, how the structure looks like as explained here. So this has got a HTML tag. So it has to be having an opening bracket as a opening tag as HTML, and then comes the body. Above the body we have a head, okay, which usually have in the HTML page. So we have head 1, heading 1, paragraph, heading 2, paragraph. This is how the structure of a HTML page looks like. Okay, so we'll have a closer look of this tag. What tags attributes tell more about the elements? So for example, we have a paragraph, and this is the attribute name, and this is the attribute value. So for a paragraph, if you write a more attributes for a particular tag, then it tells something about that tag. So this is the first attribute name. So attribute name is language, and its attribute is English. So in this tag, what it tells that for a paragraph, so we can see it. Sorry, for a paragraph, the language is English. So this is how it looks like. So for example, and if you go back to our line, so we can tell that here I can specify the attribute lang equals. See, you can see here. And this tool gives us what is this means. It provides the what type of thing it is. It is called as attribute. So is equal to. So what we are going to do. So if you just press a colon, it gets the colon inside. This is the tool which we are using. Sublime helps in designing the web pages. So en minus us. Clear? So this is how the tag looks like. Tags and the attributes of any things. So for any tag, attribute gives more information about that tag. So that means attributes provides more information about the element or a tag. Sometimes it is referred as element also. Okay, so let us start. Whatever we have done, so we have got the different examples which I have, which is there. So let us understand about the tags called body, head, and title. This shows the tags which are used in HTML. The body element is the first example we create wherever inside a body. Okay, so body is the content of the HTML. Heading and title is my pages. So I'll tell about more thing about title, how the title look like. For example, if you can go here, and if I add a title here, okay, so let us save it and we'll open the browser. Just so you can see here. Earlier it was index.html. Since we have written a title for this, then this is always called as google.com. So this is called the sorry, this is the title what we are given here. For example, here if you type Google, so you can see here, this Google comes out here. This is the title of that page. Okay, so now going back to our presentation. So these are the tags which we are used for. Body means, which I already explained, is the body of the page. Head is the heading of the page, which we are going to start in the HTML. And title is the title of the page, which will be displayed in the web browser title page. Okay, to summarize this chapter, which we have understand about the structure, tags, and how the websites are created. So let us summarize. HTML pages are text documents. HTML uses tags, characters that sit inside the angle bracket. For example, head, P, H1, H2, HTML, etc. Tags are often to refer to as an elements. Tags usually comes in pair. The opening tag denotes is by starting of a piece of content and the closing tag denotes the ends. So it has got a opening and closing tag. Opening tag can carry attributes which tells us more information about the content of that element. Okay. So attributes requires a name and a value. So always attribute is associated with a name and a value. To learn estimate, you need to know what tags are available for you to use and why they're used and where that can be used. So there are different types of tags in HTML, various tags. So we should understand and learn these tags, where it has to be used and how it has to be used and what purpose it has to be used. So this is what end of this first chapter. So we'll also have this, as I explained, on each and after every chapter, we are going to take the examples of this chapter in the book and have a live demo. So this is an example which is available in the book, and we are going to have this demonstrated. Okay, so let us start it. So we'll have this, open a new file and we'll save as. So what was the structure? Structure chapter 1 dot. We should always have a dot HTML extension. Okay, so we'll start writing. So this thing can be checked. For example, first is it to start with HTML. So when you times it's ends with HTML. So just put dot 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 dot. Now body. So body is what, this is a tag. It has got a opening tag and also it has got a closing tag. So content can be written between these two. So what is this H1 tag? So what is it? This is main heading. It has to be closed. Fine. So now we have another tag called as paragraph tag. So how it has to be written? So here we'll write this text. Okay, I'll not write whole paragraph. It will in order to save the rest. Okay, just like this. And next we have H2. Again, it will close with a closing bracket. So this is subheading. Subheading. Next we have another paragraph which comes under the subheading. So we'll write I'll just copy paste, and in order to save time, I'll just copy the same content to have more visibility. Okay, to save the time. So it has to be closed by paragraph. Okay, then comes the H2. Another, you can have many headings, H1 headings in many H1, H2, H2, H3 headings. So this is another subheading. Okay, so in that also we have some paragraph. Okay, so this is okay. And then we'll close the body. So body is closed already. And HTML. Okay, so now we'll save. Once you save, all the saves will be correct. So we'll go to the particular folder. This is a particular folder, and we can open with. See, I have a default installed Chromium. That's why it is going on. Just press fresh. Okay, so you can see now. This is HTML body, so we're not given the title. So it has taken whatever HTML name we have said, that will be taken. If you add a title here, save it. It is used by another process. Okay, so what we'll do is save as. Okay, then you go here. Okay, now you can see here. Earlier it was with title was not there. It is taking the .html which we have saved it. Now, if you put it by title, the head of the title will show in your page, just first page. So you can see here. This is the body of the HTML, the heading H1 tag, and this is a paragraph for that, and this is a subtitle. It is another subtitle which has got the same font and the paragraph. Okay, so this is the end of the first chapter. So we will further go for deals with the next chapter. So we have already summarized, and what we have learned in this chapter is this thing. So we understood about the structure of HTML, we learned about the markup language, and we learned about tags and elements. What does a tag means, how it works, what are the features of the tag, what are the functionalities of the tags. So in the further steps, we'll understand each and every tags, what it does and how it has to be used in HTML in order to represent them in a web browser. Thank you. If you like this video, please subscribe and help in encouraging to do more such type of videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.